All right. So we're going to talk about limiting beliefs, overcoming them, and reframing our mind for success. Because as we know, weight loss is more than just what you're eating. Your mind has a lot to do with your success and has a lot to do with your maintenance of success. So let me go ahead and dive right into this. So limiting beliefs are what they are, it's thoughts or beliefs that you have in your head that you hold true, but they can be, blocking you from achieving your goals that you're reaching out for. So let's think about maybe some stories that you might be telling yourself right now that's blocking you from having success with your weight loss. I know some common ones. I listed a ton of different examples. You can read through these, but I'll just highlight some different spots. I don't have enough time. You'll make time if you really want something. You'll trade off other things if you really want something. My body will never be the same after pregnancy. It could be better. Who knows? This is just stories that we're telling ourselves. I failed at weight loss before. I'm going to fail again. Believing that because you were unsuccessful previous times, that's what's going to happen again in the future. Stories, guys. Oh, genetics are against me. Whole family's fat. I'm going to be overweight. You can see some other ones, and then I have a whole bunch more where you tell yourself, like, I can't resist temptations. You keep telling yourself you can't resist them. You're not going to resist them. Too busy for exercise. I need to be perfect. Otherwise, we're not going to make any progress. That's one that I try to break people out of. They have an all or nothing kind of mindset with things. They're like, you either need to be all in or forget it. I'm going to do whatever I want. And that's not a good mindset to have. We're looking for balance, sustainability, long term. We don't want any extremes. Let's see. What's some other ones that are here? Ooh, I don't deserve to invest in myself. There might be ways that you're telling yourself that a little bit differently, but we want to reframe these kind of beliefs in our mind to something else. I know one belief that I was trying to fall for was this set point theory that people talk about. They say that your body has a set point where it likes to stay at. No. If someone put me on a desert island, I would go way past this set point because if I wasn't able to eat, I just don't want to cut my calories lower. So I'm not going to get lower if I don't do that. But there's tons of stories that you hear over and over again, or you'll read news articles. The news articles always get people with, it's harder to lose weight after you have a kid. It's harder to lose weight in your 40s. It's harder to lose weight in your 50s. And they just keeps going, and they prey on people with these story headlines, and then those become headlines in your own brain, and you start believing them, and then you're just sabotaging yourself here and there because you kind of believe these stories that you're hearing. Your brain believes what it reads, your brain believes what it sees, and what you tell it. So we want to challenge your beliefs that you currently have and flip them around to make them, more like positive affirmations and empowering statements, not limiting beliefs. So, two little examples. I'm capable of making healthy choices, and I am in control of my journey. Or I choose to have this. That's one where when I'm working with all or nothing people, if you're choosing to have, let's say, a pretzel at a brewery, some of these pretzels are 800 calories. Allow yourself, say, I am choosing this. You keep it positive in your head. You don't say, oh gosh, I'm being bad because I'm having this. All this mindset stuff, gotta stay positive with everything. And then let's go into, okay, so with limiting beliefs, oftentimes we're stuck in this fixed mindset. So you have a fixed mindset and you have a growth mindset. In a fixed mindset, you're kind of stuck in your ways. You're avoiding hard things because you don't want to fail. And because if you fail, it kind of challenges your own personal self-worth. and you'd rather like just not have anything. A lot of times you'll believe that if you're not good at something, then you're not going to be good at something. It's really like being stuck with where you are and not thinking you can grow and thinking only other people can grow and not you. And maybe, you know, when you do hit setbacks, you take it really hard and you think of it like, why, almost like a victim mentality, like, oh, this always happens to me. I'm not capable of anything. Like, do you hear this negative that's going on in your mind? These are things that we got to reframe. A lot of times when you're in a fixed mindset, the jealousy when you see other people being successful happens. You almost start to resent them, or feel threatened by them because they're being successful and you are not. Um, and you're just like stuck in this mindset and it's very negative. We want to break out of that and have more of a growth mindset. We got to start flipping things around and turning them into the positives. When challenges come up, these are opportunities to grow. These are ways that you can learn. Like, you can learn how to do better the next time you come up against one of these obstacles again. You know, people with a growth mindset know that consistency and hard work will get them progress. They see the setbacks as temporary. Like I said, they're challenges. You can overcome them, and they're going to teach you, new tips and tricks of how to get by on things and do better the next time. You learn from criticism. You get inspired by other people. What a beautiful thing it is when you're no longer like looking at people and being jealous about things, and instead being happy for them and knowing that you can be the same way too if you put in the work. This mindset shift is awesome, but you need more positive going on in your head. And like, people with a growth mindset are really good at adapting to things that end up happening. So how can we start to flip around the mindset, getting it going in the right direction and like breaking these limiting beliefs? Well, your brain likes the story that you've been telling it over and over again. So we need to kind of change the story and provide your brain with evidence of why this old story is not true. So one way to do that is by setting small goals that you can quickly accomplish. That helps build the confidence that what you're working towards is possible. It builds your motivation because you're getting things done that you wanted to do, and starts to trick your brain into like, hey, maybe that story I was telling myself was not real. Maybe this story that we've been putting into our heads is real. Like, I can lose the 20 pounds I want to lose because look what I just did. I did this. I lost 5, I lost 10, little benchmarks or other little goals along the way help build the motivation and confidence in your brain. And we have to start focusing on progress is great. It does not have to be perfect. Progress over perfection. Immediately when you start to go negative with anything that you're doing, we got to flip the script and reframe those thoughts right away. I do this every day. Whenever I try to start going on a tangent, I immediately stop myself and I reframe it into something more positive. It could be with anything in life, really, like the weather. I can say, oh gosh, what a horrible day. It's raining. And then I can change it around and be like, be more positive about it. Like, oh, good thing it only rained a little bit in the morning and the rest of the day is beautiful. Like, I love the sun. And then like start having some visualizations of your goals. When you can truly see in your mind that you're successful and you picture like yourself accomplishing these goals, and I'll get into this more in another video, that helps you break out of these limiting beliefs. But we need to give our brain some evidence of why the stories we've been telling ourselves are not true and the stories we're trying to create for ourselves are true. So it's breaking out of that fixed mindset with the limiting beliefs and starting to move towards more of a growth mindset and providing our brain with more evidence that we can do what we want to do. So I will talk a little bit more about your habits and things in the next video.